okay, this is going to be a long one. I must preface this with the fact that some of these games they're not like all survival horror or anything. They're ones with like spooky atmospheres and anything like, even like kind of cutesy horror games and that. But anything that I think would have a bit of a darker tone, I put into this set. This set is basically my own thing. I look at it and think that should go in it. And there's a lot of them to go. So I own a lot, but haven't bought all of them. But I have beer, so let's crack one of them. Ooh. And we'll get on with it. As you can see, I've dismantled the PS4 wall over there, which sadly is the only wall in the room which isn't double stacked. Just because I don't have a big enough bookcase. But yeah, we'll start with some of these big box bits, because I've tried to keep most of this in alphabetical order, but I may have knocked a few stacks over and they got a bit mixed up. So we'll start with a few. Right, up first is a copy of Song of Horror. This is like a traditional style survival horror game, but you, like the enemy that chases you, you have to like block the door and stuff to stop it getting through. I haven't actually beat this one yet, but to be honest, it's pretty good. When I bought this, it was really cheap, but for some reason this is getting like quite pricey now, like £50 to £70 range. I don't know why. So I'm putting these once I've gone through them. I will put them down there. This is one of the ones that will come in. I don't know whether you class it as horror, but it's a horror themed like visual novel. I've not actually played this yet. There'll be a lot of these I say I haven't played because the backlog is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, to my knowledge, it's either like serial killery or soy or something. I don't know. My guess is it might be like the Zero Time Dilemma games, whatever they are, the 999 and that. But yeah, I don't know. Never played it, but I have been told it is like horror themed. Whenever I see lists of things, this pops up. So we will find out when we get to it. Up next is Daymare. This is what is it? Which one? Oh, I can't remember. It's the black edition. So Daymare 1998, I think it is, or something. 1996, 98, something like that. My eyesight's terrible. It's like a Resident Evil clone. I think it was originally going to be a fan-made Resident Evil 2. Then they were remaking Resident Evil 2, told to stop it, but they could make it their own game. There's another one called Sandcastle or something out now, which I don't have. But yeah, it does come in this cool box, this black edition, but it's not a great game. It's okay for a playthrough, but it's not. I wouldn't rush out for it. Again, this is one that you might class, you might not, but it's the Castlevania Anniversary Collection in this giant great big box. Yeah, this has like Castlevania 1, 2, 3, 4, Bloodlines, the Game Boy games, there's Kid Dracula and stuff on it. This comes from Limited Run Games, this big box, so there's not much in it, to be honest. It's got a soundtrack and a poster. But yeah, it just comes in this cool, big, red Sega Genesis style box. So I'll have to call it Genesis because it's the American version. I don't like saying that. It doesn't feel right. And up next is Morbid, the Seven Acolytes. This is the signature edition. So it's got a signed thing in it from the developers and stuff. It's like a Souls-like kind of top-down 2D game. Actually really good. We did it as one of our Club 52 games. Yeah, I don't really want to say too much about it. It looks like the goth sibling of Sea of Stars, is the only way I can describe it. It's not super hard if you realise you can upgrade your weapons, which I didn't. I made it to the last boss without upgrading anything, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, really good actually. Another one getting pretty pricey. There is a standard edition, it's not just this signature one. Oh, I need to swig a beer already. Hopefully this is recording. It's not a storm outside today, but there is a bit of wind. And where I live, there's always wind. Because, yeah, for reasons. And one that definitely isn't like strictly horror, but it does have supernatural themes and some slightly horror-ish elements, but not horror. It is Indigo Prophecy. This is the big collector's edition, so it's Fahrenheit. It's one probably you wouldn't class, but yeah, for something with a bit of a spooky atmosphere and sci-fi supernaturalness, I'm going to class it as part of it. It just gives me a reason to buy more games, doesn't it? If I class all these, I get more. Right, before we start getting on to the alphabetical ones, I've got one new pickup. This is a game you often see as a PS5 game. I knew a PS4 one existed, I knew a Asian English one of this existed, and it's currently on PlayAsia for like 30 quid, so I had to grab it, which is The Bridge Curse 2. Is it Extriction or something it's called? Extrication? I don't know. I haven't played this, and I haven't played the other Bridge Curse game, so I don't actually know anything about it. This turned up literally, like, yesterday or the day before, so I don't know. But I can start stacking these here now. And now we'll get on to the first stack. Okay, the way that my games are on my shelf, when I look in this camera, I get confused with left and right. I just get confused with left and right anyway. But yeah, the way they are at the top, it starts with like limited run games, then it goes into standard releases with some other random ones mixed in. But so yeah, it will start with I was going to drop them all then. It will start with the limited run games. Whether you want to class this one as horror or not, there is a reason for it. I put it on there. But it's Dear Esther, the Landmark Edition. This is a walking simulator where you're just wandering around an island. It's very just desolate and, well, desolate's not the thing. It is, there's stuff there. More isolated. But it does have a bit of a dark story. But unless you know it, there's like ghosts that watch you all the way through it. So you can actually, you can catch things like at the corner of your eye, and it'll be like a spooky figure and it'll be gone. But like, you won't be able to trigger it again, kind of thing. I thought this was a really fun game. It's pretty short. I don't know if it's expensive. Couldn't tell you. This is one I really enjoyed. This is Oxenfree. So it's a 2D, like point and click almost game. Yeah, where you're on an island and there's like a weird radio signal and you can like tune into it and things happen and people start getting possessed. Really good. Really enjoyed this. There is a sequel or a pseudo sequel called After Party, which I've not played, but I should do. This is one that I have not yet played. I bought this when I was up in Forgotten Worlds, I think. It is The Bunker. It is a like FMV, like interactive horror movie kind of game. Yeah, I should give this one a go. I do like a cheesy FMV game, and apparently this one's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know hardly anything about it. This one, you'll find a lot of these are sealed, but I have played them other places. So it's Layers of Fear. This is the Masterpiece Edition. This has had a PAL release since, I think. I think it's also on the PS5. But this comes with the DLC, which I've never done the DLC. I played this on Xbox when it was on Game Pass, and I loved it. It's a walking simulator by Bloober Team, so it's the people who did the Silent Hill 2 remake. Yeah, it's one of those ones that's just like a lot of stuff jumps out at you, kind of freaks you out a bit. There's a couple of places where you can die in it, but it's more, I found it, you had to get yourself killed. Like, if you walk into a dark corner, you might die. But other than that, it's just creepy stuff that jumps out. It's more like a haunted house simulator. Yeah, but it's about like a artist with, I don't know, he's got some issues and he's struggling to make his masterpiece. I can't remember what it was, but I remember really enjoying it. This is another walking simulator-y kind of horror game, but it's underwater. This is Narcosis. I remember this having a lot of like air management, I think. I think that's what made it creepier. Like, you're under the water and you're always managing, like, you can suffocate or drown, I think. I can't remember. I don't remember there being much else in it. I never finished it. I need to go back and complete this one. But yeah, it might get more intense. But yeah, this does also have a big box collector's edition, which I used to have. I can't remember what was in it because I never opened it, and I sold it because I had the standard one. Because at one point, at some point it reaches a thing where you can't have collector's editions of everything, can you? It just takes up too much room, especially in tiny British houses. This one is, again, something with a creepy vibe, but not a full-on horror game. It is Butcher. It's like a boomer shooter, if I remember rightly. Yeah, but it's meant to be really violent and really bloody. I got this one not that long ago. The girlfriend got me this. So yeah, haven't had a chance to play it. Sorry if the little bag things keep rustling. Not everything on the shelf is in a bag. Not many are at all, to be honest with you. This one I know is a pricey game now. Whether you'd consider this horror or not, I just think the atmosphere on this is really oppressive, and everything about it, like the whole world is out to get you, and everything's just bleak. So I'd put it in there. I also really didn't like it. It's Rain World. You play as like a little slug cat, and it's got, to be honest, it's a really good looking game. It's all pixel art and it's really fluid looking, but it plays like those, oh, what did they call them? Like, is it a cinematic platformer? Kind of like a bloody, I can't remember the name of any of them. Like the old Prince of Persia's and stuff. Or, what's the other one? Like Flashback, that kind of thing. That's how it kind of feels. So everything, like, if you jump, you have committed to a jump, and then you've got to wait for the animations to end. People talk really highly of this. I did a review of it on the channel because I pulled it off my shelf randomly to play, and I couldn't get on with it. But now that I know what it is, I might enjoy it more going back to it. I don't know. It has been re-released on, I think, the PS5 and stuff, and the Switch. But this original PS4 limited run one, at one point, was stupid money. Again, this is one I have beat on the Xbox, so I've got the 1000 unit, so I'll go back and do the platinum on this, I'm pretty sure it has a platinum. But it's Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, so it's like a NES throwback version of Bloodstained, so it's like a Castlevania, like spiritual successor. This is, I think, the PAX variant of the front cover. I don't think it's reversible, I think this is just a limited variant one. But yeah, this is a very good game. I really enjoyed it when I went through it. But again, I haven't done the PlayStation version yet. I really should have done it for the Platinum Challenge. This is one that it's got a weird premise. It's got a dark premise. It's Serial Cleaner, so it's like a top-down stealth game where you kill people, then you have to clean up the blood. It's there is a sequel to it as well. This is like, I can't remember what the sequel's called. It's Serial Cleaner something, but I haven't played it. I got it not that long ago. But yeah, being a serial killer, or yeah, it should be in there, shouldn't it? There's another one. I have played this. For ages, this only had this limited run release. Then it got a power release, and that's easy to get hold of. I also had a big collector's edition of this, but I sold that as well. But it was Blasphemous. Yeah, it's a 2D, like, pixel art Metroidvania with some Souls-like a bit likeness to it, but not overly. It's just more like a hard platformer. But yeah, this is really brutal. This is bleak game, but very good. It's a beautiful looking game, kind of. If you like grimy things, it's beautiful. It's well drawn, well animated, is what I'm trying to get at. This is one I haven't yet played, but I do want to. It's Stranger Things 3, the game. It is a like 16-bit kind of old, like, throwback kind of game set in the Stranger Things universe, which makes sense going with when the TV series is set. But that's all I know of it. I really should give it a go. I did have the Switch version as well, but I recently moved that one on. I don't think I have enough beer for this. This is one I spoke about the other day in my last pickups, where I was picking up horror games. Well, I might try to put some footage for some of these, some of the more interesting ones. I won't do all of them because that would take forever. But if you want to see footage of this one, I put it in the other one. It's Darkwood. So yeah, it's a top-down, again, very bleak, very kind of disturbing survival game. A lot of people like this. This used to be quite cheap, but then it went mad in price when a lot of YouTubers started shouting it out and saying like how much of a gem it is. When I played it, I wasn't a big fan. I played it on the Switch. So but I always thought I'd enjoy it more on the PS4 because I don't overly play much on the Switch, which I explained in the last video, so I don't need to repeat myself. This is one that I got off of James, so thank you, man. It was a Dead Age. It's a survival management RPG zombie game, if that makes any sense. So basically it's like part like visual novel for all the dialogue choices, then you choose to upgrade different bits of your camp and your weapons, and then it goes into like a turn-based combat against zombies. Very strange. I haven't played it, but I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a weird premise. Right, now we're getting down to more sealed ones I've never got around to. I need to play some more of these. I wish I had more time in October. I would play a lot of them. I'm playing a couple at the moment, but this is a Infliction extended cut. This is one of those kind of in a house with a ghost kind of things where it just stalks you and tries to kill you, I think. I've never played it, as you can see, but I've seen it looks alright. Nothing groundbreaking, but alright. Guess up bourbon. The beer, it is gassy. We're about halfway through the first stack. There's 3 stacks. Next we have Tacoma 2 Vicious Sisters. This is well, the first one's a 2D horror game. I'm guessing this is more of the same. Like, side-scrolling. There's a couple of games like it, like Home and... what's the other one called? Where he's got like a mask on the front. But it looks like a big cheesy grin. I don't know, I've got them on the Vita. I can't remember what it's called. But I don't have the PS4 version anyway, so we won't be showing it. But yeah, it's just like a little horror 2D game. I imagine it's pretty good. The first one's going to be pretty good. This is like dark horror Zelda, is the best way of putting it. It is Shadow Man. It's the remastered edition of it. Really, I loved this on the N64. I played the hell out of it. Going back to it, this is the way to play it if you want to play this now. They've updated the controls. They've brought in all the missing content and extra like cut content. Very, very good. I enjoyed this. It is still very easy to get lost. It kind of plays a bit like, I said, a Zelda game mixed with a collectathon, because you've got to collect these souls. Then you've got it's got kind of Metroidvania elements as well, which are like a bit further Metroidvania than like Zelda. You get the hook shot to get somewhere. This feels more Metroidvania. I'm just talking shit, but yeah. I really enjoyed this. I have not actually beat this on here. When I originally beat this as a kid with some mates on the N64, it's one of my greatest memories in gaming. So yeah, this is where I've started to go slightly out of order with these. We've got the Castlevania Requiem collection. So this is which one is it? Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, I think. Yeah. I've never played Rondo of Blood. I've been playing through Symphony of the Night. Would love to pick up Symphony of the Night on the PS1. Never bought it. Don't think I ever will. Unless I find it for a cheap price. But yeah, just great game, Symphony of the Night. I do need to go back and finish it though for the trophies, but I was enjoying it. Again, this is one I picked up not long ago. This was real cheap on like the VGP sale, which is the Wine. I've recently been told this is boring. So, but we'll find out. You're just like chased by like a headless guy or a masked faceless guy or something. That's all I know about it. This is one with a really cool like art style, but I have yet to play it. It is Saturnalia. It's got like a comic book weird, I don't know, it's a strange art style, but it's all like 3D, and yeah, that's all I know of it. It just looked really cool. It was one of those ones that I saw was coming to an end or on sale on limited run, and I thought I need that for the collection. Just haven't got to it. So many games, so little time. Right, that ends the limited run stuff I've got of horror bits. So we'll move on to standard releases now. Up first is Among the Sleep. This is the original release of it. There's an enhanced edition of it you can get as well now, which I'm going to have to get for the collection, even though it's technically not another game. It doesn't give you another trophy list or anything. But yeah, this is a game you play as a toddler, and like the world around you is all scary. It's kind of walking simulator-y. Good game though. I do need to go back and finish it. Well, finish all the trophies. I've played through it. This is one I've heard isn't great, but it must come under the horror section. It is Absolov, End of Gods. It's got a remnants of a CEX sticker on the front of it. I should probably get that off. It's part of the Perp set. I always like to try to grab the Perp games. It's a kind of Norse Bioshock, but bad. That's what I've been told anyway. Well, I've been told it's not horrendous, but very forgetful. But I'll get to it. Another one that I picked up a lot. I think the girlfriend got me this. Not played it. It's Bendy and the Ink Machine. It's like a first person kind of, imagine if old school like Mickey Mouse, kind of like the Steamboat Willie thing, if that was a horror game, I think. And everything's like made of ink and it's all in this like sepia tone with these like blacks and stuff. It just looks really quite cool. I have a feeling it's one of those ones that like YouTubers and kids and that latched onto. I don't know if it had like a TV show or anything to it, like with it. It might do. Talking crap. Ones that I have played that everybody has probably played. We have the Bioshock collection. So it is Bioshock, Bioshock Infinite and Bioshock 2. You might say they're not horror. They're kind of like action, almost RPGs, I guess. There's skill trees and stuff. But yeah, it's set in an underwater city of Rapture for the 1 and 2. And I can't remember what's the name of the place in 3, which is Infinite, up in the sky. I can't remember. That's the one I didn't like as much. The other two, everyone hated Bioshock 2. I loved it on the 360 because I actually really enjoyed the multiplayer on it, which is sad. But they've removed all multiplayer and that from these, so this is probably the best way to play it if you want to go for like trophies and things, because the multiplayer was an absolute whore to get the achievements on. Oh, I can't stop burping. This is one that I have I think I had a platinum, but I remember beating it. This is Black Mirror. This is a remake of an old PC game, I think, or a spiritual successor to it. You end up on I think you inherit a mansion, and there's weird stuff going on. It's more kind of a 3D point and clicky kind of game. But I enjoyed this. It's also always really cheap. This, so yeah, it's got a couple of jump scares, but it's not like full on horror. It's just more. It's got a bit of a Lovecraftian feel to it, if that makes any sense. Another one I have beat on the Xbox, but not on the PlayStation, which is Blair Witch. This is a surprisingly good game. Again, it's by Bloober Team. Again, the Silent Hill 2 people. I've heard a lot of people say it was bad, but when I played it, it was good. The atmosphere, you spend a lot of time walking around in the forest, of course, but that works with Blair Witch. That's what the film is, people wandering in the forest. But towards the end, the horror on this ramps up quite a lot, and the ending is awesome to it. The last section, yeah, some proper spooky, in the woods, and you can't see everything that's gonna get you, and you can, yeah, things just come out at you. Good game, enjoyed it. One that I have not yet played. This is Blind. You are blind, basically. It's a VR game, and I think you have to use echolocation to send out to a pulse to see what's around you. So I don't know. I think it's more of a thriller game, but with some spooky elements. I guess being blind and not being able to see things will make you jump. So I'll have to look see if that's got a platinum. I'm trying to find a game with a platinum on VR that I can get through quite quickly. One that everyone's going to be distraught that I've not finished. Bloodborne. I suck at this game. I'm not good at Souls-like games. I put this on and just got annihilated by it. I think I got a couple of trophies and then I stopped playing. But I should go back to it. I should play this. I have a plan next year of the way I'm going to play some games. So this will probably pop up somewhere. This is one that I haven't played, but I did watch Gordon over Gib84 Gaming stream the entire thing. Is Bramble the Mountain King. What this looks like to me is, if you've played the game Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, if that was a horror game, you only play as one person, but it's all like, it's some kind of European, I can't remember, is it Scandinavian folk horror? This looks amazing. I thought about playing it for my Platinum Challenge this year, but for a Platinum you have to beat this without dying, and it's a long game for not dying. So this is one I did start playing. Actually, I really enjoyed what I played of it. It's Broken Pieces. It looks a bit like a Resident Evil clone. It's fixed camera. The enemies in it are a bit weird. They don't just like pop up. They seem to be in set areas. I think you can turn the enemies off to make it more of just a point and click style adventure. But this was interesting. This was different, and you never see anyone talk about it. But I was enjoying that. I do need to go back to it. As you can say, I start a lot of games. I do finish a lot, honest. Then we've got Call of Cthulhu. I can't remember if I played this. I played The Sinking City, which is quite a lot like this. They came out around at the same time, and in my mind they meshed together. I think they were both by Focus as well, really. One was Frogwares and this one's Cyanide. I don't know. But yeah, couldn't tell you. It's a Lovecraftian horror game. And the last one for the stack is the Callisto Protocol. It's the people who made Dead Space, some of them, I think it's the director, went on to make a spiritual successor. I've heard this is actually pretty good. When it first came out, it was slated, but everybody I know who has played it says you should play it and it's good. Apparently it's quite an easy platinum as well, so I'd probably go for that at some point. But that is the end of that stack. I'll be back in a second with stack number 2. Okay, as we go into stack 2, I just want to say, you'll find that there's not that many, I don't know if I mentioned, of like the standard kind of games. You don't see. I try to get the weirder stuff first when I'm going for a set. I'm going for the whole PS4 set, so horror set, not all the PS4 games. I'm not insane. I might be, I don't know. But yeah, so if you think there's anything missing that I might be aware, like anything weird that I might not be aware of, let me know, because I'd rather go for them before buying, I don't know, like Resident Evil. I haven't got Resident Evil 4 Remake and things like that, so. But they're easy to come by. But we will continue. This one isn't a overly horror game. It does have horror elements, so you are fighting like weird possessed things and like carnivals and stuff. But I'm going to class it. I did play for this. I got the platinum on it. It's not great. It's a 2D run and gun shooter. It is Creepy Road. Yeah, I bought this when I was in Scotland in Forgotten Worlds. I wouldn't recommend it. Easy platinum though. Apart from a couple of the bosses actually, because the hit detection is so bad. Yeah. One I mentioned in the last pickups video a couple of days ago is Sharon Staircase. So yeah, again, I haven't played it. I just picked it up. It's a first-person detective horror game where you go to like a mansion to find documents about experiments or something. But yeah, I haven't got to it. This is one that the girlfriend got me a long time ago and I still haven't played it. I really should. It's Schnobolite. I've heard good things about it. I think it's like a survival-y kind of game. Again, Perp. Always just grab the Perp games if you see them. A lot of them do get quite pricey. But yeah, I should play it. Everyone says it's good, but I've never really looked that into it. I played a bit of this, haven't finished it yet. It is Close to the Sun. Yeah, it's like a almost Bioshocky feeling, like first-person horror game, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I don't know. Storm in a Teacup. Why do I think they've made something else? It might be a weird Xbox Live Arcade game I played by them. I don't know. It seemed alright. Nothing like amazing, but one of those ones that could be like a bit of a hidden gem. Couldn't tell you though, I haven't finished it yet. This is a very odd one. It's like a 2D top-down game where you play as the little Count Lucanor. I think he plays, is his name Count Lucanor? I think he is the Count. I don't know. You go into the woods and then you find like a goat and like you stumble across like some kind of satanic ritual or something, if I remember rightly. It's been years since I played this. And then everything just goes weird. I didn't realise it was a Ratalaika game. Usually their stuff's easy for trophies. I need to look into whether the trophies are easy on that. I didn't get all the trophies, I don't think. Very weird game though. Also on the Vita. One that I have not played, but I've heard good things about, but mainly as a PC game rather than a PlayStation game, which is DayZ. It's like a zombie survival game, isn't it? Like first person shootery one. Yeah, I'm not the biggest shooter fan. This is a game I do not like. The girlfriend loves this game. Like, she's got the platinum on it and everything. She played hundreds of hours on it, like probably close to thousands of hours. But I needed this version because it goes with my Silent Hill collection. This is the Dead by Daylight Silent Hill edition. So it comes with like a Silent Hill soundtrack and things. So yeah, there's a soundtrack. I think that's the soundtrack on top. Yeah, it's just an online asymmetric horror game where you play as either 4 survivors or somebody chasing somebody, and you've got this ad's pyramid head and things. It's a Japanese exclusive, that one. To be honest, because I'm going for the whole set, I'm going to have to get all the different versions of that, and there's quite a few of them. But I'm not going to play it. I know what it entails. I've played it with her. I've played it on her account. It's not for me, but I can see why people like it. I'm just not a big multiplayer gamer. This one's a very bleak game. This is Dead Synchronicity. I think I showed this off a couple of pickups ago. It's a point-and-click adventure game where everybody's pretty much dying of a disease. Yeah, so it's just not a happy game. This is one I toyed with. I think it does have some horror elements. I've actually never played it. I was sent this by Gordon over at Gib84 Gaming again, so I do need to play this. I need to sit down with it, but it's a long game, so it might have to come into next year's plan. But it's Death Stranding. You kind of pretty much play a delivery man, don't you? But it's got like weird enemies and some jump scares and stuff in it. So I've put it in the horror section. And same with this one. This isn't overly horror. This is more like puzzly, like kind of a puzzler. It is Deception, is that 4? I think? Nightmare Princess? I don't know. This is part of like, it started off as like games like Trapped and things. So basically you end up in like, you're in like little rooms and you have to set traps to kill all the enemies in a certain way. And you get graded on how well you kill them with these traps. It's okay. It's nothing amazing. Again, I toyed with not putting this one in, but then I thought I should. It does have a dark theme to it, which is a Diablo Reaper of Souls edition or something this is. I've never played this. I've played Diablo 2. It's the only Diablo game I've played. Probably should give this a go. I've got Diablo on the... This is Diablo 3? I don't know. I think it's Diablo 3. I've got on 360 as well. So, but it looks pretty good. Diablo 2 was lovely. So, lovely's not the way to put it. Good. Very good. Not lovely. This is one that a couple of people always ask me where I got this from and how much it cost. It's a hard one to track down, to be honest with you. Is Distrust. I played this the other day. Actually quite liked it. It's a top-down, like The Thing inspired game. So basically you get given like different areas. So it's like almost roguelike. It'll give you an area of like a map with different stations and stuff on it, and you've got to get in there and you've got to survive and board up the doors and light generators and stuff to stop you freezing to death. But the people who you're with could end up being like possessed by the demony thing, or you could be it yourself. You get like weird ailments like madness, where it messes with you. You don't know if things are actually what they say they are. The kind of way it looks is it looks like a twisted version of The Sims. But it's actually pretty good. I'm not very good at it because if you have to do more than one thing at once, my brain just switches off. I don't know why. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I don't know if I'll ever get the platinum on it. I'm not that good at those types of games. Okay. Was this one I put? No, this wasn't in my last pickups. This was one that I also didn't know much about when I picked it up. But I like going for the Stesco games and anything horror. Which was Dollhouse. This is one of those games that in my mind I always thought was a VR game, but it isn't. I think it's a first-person horror game. That's the problem, like, with most of the newer, I say newer, the PS4, but from this era onwards, as soon as you have PT, loads of the horror games that came out were all these first-person, realistic-looking horror games, which is what most of these are. This one, I always kept sealed, but I have broken it, just to say I can. It's do not open. I always kept it sealed because it said do not open on it. It's like an escape room horror game where you've got to like solve puzzles to get out in time. I can't remember if it randomizes or not. I think it does. Can't remember. I haven't actually played it, but going from what I've heard about it, this is one that the girlfriend got me with the VR when she bought it for me. And it's one I forget what I've got on the shelf and just leave them there. But it's always looked interesting. It's Don't Knock Twice. Again, perp. Again, I think it's like a first-person horror game. I don't think it's PSVR compatible, so I don't think it has to be played in VR. I might have to play this, actually. Only because I imagine it's a shorter experience being a VR and like compatible title. That might be one for this month. Again, I've not played this, but I played the one that came before it. So we've got Doom Eternal. I picked this up at a car boot or something. I can't remember. Yeah, they're just first-person demon slaying games, aren't they? Doom 2016, very good. Played that on the Xbox. To be honest, I used to play a lot of this stuff on the Xbox because either through Game Pass or it was my preferred platform. But since they stopped making things like physical, I moved over to buying most of the PS4 stuff. Hence why I started collecting PS4 horror games. Like, I've got a large selection of the ones that are missing from this on the Xbox. If I get the PS4 ones, I might beat the achievements on them, then move them on. Because it's a sad time to say it, but the Xbox is pissing me off. But yeah, Doom Eternal. Up next is Goosebumps Dead of Night. To my knowledge, I think this is like a kind of Goosebumps childish, kind of Outlast-y kind of game, I think. I don't know. I remember someone saying it was like one where you were chased around a house by something, but it was like comedic-y. Well, not comedic, but, you know, child-friendly. So, I haven't played it. It might be a good one to stream at some point. Another one I've wanted to play, but I haven't got around to, I picked it up a couple months ago, was Guilt. This was a Stadia exclusive for ages, if you remember that. It's like a Tim Burton-esque, Coraline-y kind of... I think it starts off as more of a stealth game, but then you get like a weapon to be able to fight back. It looks really good actually for what it is, but I said too many games, too little time. This is one that I have beat all the trophies. I can't remember if I had a platinum or not. But this is Halloween Forever. This is in a nice bit of cardboard. This for ages was really expensive. I think it was something with Metal Jesus shouting out that drove the price up on it. It's an NES style platformer with this little pumpkin dude. But I remember you play as loads of different characters and you have to do multiple playthroughs to get the platinum on it. But I really enjoyed this. It's one of those games that if you play through it once, it's a bit crap. But when you keep going through it with different characters and learning different things, it actually gets really addictive. I don't even know if this is still playable. Might be, might not be. Another asymmetrical horror game is Evil Dead. There. Again, it was a multiplayer game, so this probably will stay sealed. But I needed it for the collection. I heard it's actually pretty good. But, I don't know. We'll give it a go, maybe. This is one I really enjoyed. No platinums. It's 2 games on 1 disc. No platinums. I've got all the trophies on them. It is Platform 8 and Exit 8. These are anomaly horror games. So, like, you get stuck in, like, Platform 8. You're literally walking around one hallway of a platform. And then you have to, like, reach the 8th level to pass it, to get up the stairs and escape. But every time you do a loop, you have to look out for, like differences. So you might see a poster is different. If there's an anomaly, you turn back and go the opposite way around the loop. Then you continue around again until you've done 8 passes. And Platform 8, you're that's Exit 8. Platform 8, you're on a train and you have to move through the cars, like 8 cars, and then there's a lot of, like, that one's more horror-y because you get more jump scary kind of things happening at you. And you have to work out how to get past a few of them rather than just ignore them. But very good, actually. Enjoyed these. Little bit frustrating, but they're really short. You could beat them in an hour or 2, depending on how observant you are. But yeah, also this plays entirely in English, so it's Japanese exclusive, but very, very good. Enjoyed them. Then we've got Dreadout. This is Dreadout 2, I think it is. They're remastering 1 as well, aren't they, in a compilation. This is like the Fatal Frame, like Project Zero, that sort of thing. Fatal Frame is the American name, Project Zero is the English name, Zero is the American name, confusing. It's like that, but you take photos of the evil things with your, like, mobile phone, if I remember rightly. Again, it was a Asian exclusive, the physical of it. Might be pretty good though. It looks actually surprisingly well made. Just not got to it. This is one I have played. Feed Me Chicken is a big fan of this. It apparently gets quite horror-y. It wasn't that horror when I was playing it. It's like a first-person shootery mystery kind of game. It is Get Even. Yeah, I didn't get that far into it. I need to go back to it. Apparently it's easy platinum. So I will go back to it. It looks like somebody's chewed the edge of my case, but never mind. One which people might not class as horror. I've put it in there because it is a pretty horrific premise. It's got some spooky enemies, a bit of a spooky vibe, but not scary, if that makes sense. But it's Fallout 4. So yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland, isn't it, that you're exploring and trying to survive in, basically. There's a few of these games with this name on this system, but I've only got this one. It's more Scooby-Doo horror than horror, but it is the Ghostbusters 2016 game. This is like not based on the 2016 female movie, but it is this is like a top-down twin-stick shooter, but the people in it reference that movie, but it isn't tied to them. I beat this on the Xbox. I haven't done the PlayStation one yet. I reviewed this on the channel. Fucking awful game. Now I love Ghostbusters. This is one that I almost forgot, left it downstairs, but I went down for it. I've been playing this recently. This has been my October game so far. Is Here They Lie. VR game, VR compatible. You don't have to play it in VR anymore though. They have updated it. It's a first-person kind of walking simulator / stealth game. Where you start off in a train and then you just got to work your way through and work out what's going on. A lot of collectibles, a lot of sections where you've got to walk away from these like kind of horned demon-y things, so you've got to sneak around them. But to be honest, it isn't that difficult to sneak around them. There is it's got a weird mechanic though. If you die, you don't really die. You end up in this like weird place with like a red kind of sunrise, and you walk towards that, and then you just respawn. But yeah, so far, really good. Surprisingly nice looking as well for like a VR title. One that I've yet to play, I picked it up not long ago, but it looked interesting, is Hellpoint. It's more of a Souls-like game with like a sci-fi horror twist rather than like your gothic horror. This actually looked interesting. This might be what I might try to play to get into Souls-likes, if that makes sense. Might not be the best place to start because it isn't meant to be the greatest game, but it's not meant to be that difficult. So, I don't know. As I said, the only Souls-like I've ever beat was that Morbid game from right back at the start. Oh god, that beer's done. Don't worry, got another one. We're coming to the end of this stack anyway. Up next we have Home Sweet Home. This does have a UK release. I got this one years ago because it took it like ages to get a European release, and there was like rumours it wasn't going to. I'm pretty sure a first-person horror game. I don't know if it's a walking simulator or anything. I've never really looked into it. All I knew is I thought I needed it for the collection, and I forgot about it. At one point did have a Peggy one, but this one was actually a gift, so I kept this one rather than the Peggy version I had. I've been told this is actually pretty easy. I haven't got around to it either. It's Akai. Again, I think it's a first-person puzzly horror game. Apparently pretty short, easy platinum, not very good, but I have to give it a go. Annoyingly, that's the German version. I don't have a UK power. Game that I have got the platinum on. Absolutely love this. Whether you call it horror, definitely. Infonax. It's a like 8-bit styled platformer, like Castlevania, Metroidvania, slightly-ish game. Very good. This is what I would consider the perfect game when it comes to modern retro. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't fault it. It has so many secrets to it. Like the way you can beat the game and do things. You can turn this game into a completely different game, which is what's weird with it. Just play it. I love this. Absolutely loved it. One that I have played through, but it's part of a franchise I really like. I like the Until Dawn games. But then there's, in the same universe, you've got The Inpatient. It's more of a just walking around in green corridors, in VR, talking to people with the odd jumps. It wasn't great. That might have a platinum for a VR game. Have to look into that. Yeah, it was just a bit boring. I was really hyped for it as well because I loved Until Dawn, and I thought that in VR sounds great. No. Then we've got this is just one of those more spooky kind of games, which was Irisville. It's a game where you have to move light and shadows to create puzzles, but it's got like a Tim Burton dark kind of vibe to it. Yeah, one you don't really see very often. This one is surprisingly hard to come by. At one point it was commanding a lot of money. I don't know if it still is. A lot of countries removed it from sale. I think it's to do with the like violence against kids or something they did it. But it's Intruders. It's a VR game where it's like a house invasion kind of game and you've got to like survive. It's meant to be pretty good for what it is. Yeah, this was it took me a while to actually get hold of this. This popped up on Amazon about a month after I was looking for it, and I got it cheap. Oh god, this is one I have finished. This is horrible. This is Joe's Diner. You take on the role of like a cleaner or you might be security. I don't know. You work in a diner at night and there's no one there, but there's these two native Indian ghosts, and you have to keep them happy. Otherwise, you don't even die. It just says game over. Yeah. So one of them doesn't like sound, and one of them doesn't like mess. I think I can't remember. So it's a really stupid premise. So like one of the ghosts will set off noise. One of them will create mess, and you have to like keep running around. It's like a round-based game. It's very easy. I think it has been fixed. This was at one point one of the games that didn't work on the PS5, but I think it does now. It's bad. It's bad, but it's easy trophies. I don't think it had a platinum though. This one's a bit weird. This is Collat. This is a first person, like kind of like the Slender Man games where you've got to like walk around and collect pages. Yeah, this is based on, is it the Dyatlov Pass incident, where a load of people in, was it Russia, just got absolutely annihilated, and no one knows why, on a mountain. Yeah, this is also narrated by Sean Bean, which is really weird. It's got a bit of a spooky vibe, but again, it's an enemy that you can't see, so you'll hear like a noise, like da-da-da, as it runs up behind you, and then you just drop dead. So that kind of takes away from the freakiness of it. I do find a lot of stuff usually is good when you don't see the enemy, but this just, you just drop dead. It's alright though. It's a bit spooky. It's okay. One that I've played mostly through on the PS3 but never finished is The Last of Us, but this is the remastered one. Why didn't I finish this? Something else came along, and it because when I was originally playing it on the PS3, that wasn't my main console, so the 360 was, so I didn't play that many PS3 games other than something that really gripped me. And I was, after this game forever, I was watching it as like, I got a day of release, I was like, I need to play this, I love the Uncharted games, I love everything that Naughty Dog's done, and for some reason I fell off it. So yeah, I should play this version. I should go for it. Try and make some room for more games up here. This is one that I have finished. Very good game. Madison. It is, you're trapped in an apartment with something that is stalking you. I won't show the back of the case because it kind of shows one of the things that's in there, and I think that ruins it a bit. But yeah, this is intense. This game, this freaked me out, but absolutely, I love this game. A lot of people, I don't know. Oh, it's a perp game. Another perp game. Get the perp games. Yeah, other than it's you can't really die other than a couple of sections, and that's when there's some like things chasing you. Other than that, it is just a haunted house simulator where shit jumps out at you, and it jumps out at you a lot. Like, a lot of loud noises, a lot of things in your face, but it's not badly done. I'd just say, get it while it's cheap. Give it a go if you want a spooky time in a house. Almost the end of this stack. This one I have the platinum on. This is Martha is Dead. This is a weird, like, it reminds me of like games like What Remains of Edith Finch, but a bit darker. It's kind of walking simulator-y. There's some kind of weird thing going on. It's more a mental kind of game than overly jump scary. It's got some very, very dark scenes though, but I really enjoyed this, genuinely. Strangely, that version is censored on the PS4, but you wouldn't guess it was censored from what you see in it. And another one, yeah, people wouldn't class this as horror, but it's in the spooky kind of vibes. It is Medieval, the remake of the PS1 game. Yeah, good game. I need to get the platinum on this, actually. Really enjoyed what I played of it. I beat the original years ago, so that's why I didn't finish it, I think. I just felt like I was retreading old ground, but like, I had new games to play, if that makes sense, even though I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I should go back to it. It is a hack and slashy, platformer-y kind of game. Good fun, though. Right, let's get the final stack. Okay, on to the last stack. Before we do that, let's crack another beer. Afraid they're going to explode. They were rolling around in the back of the car for a while. Okay. This is one, I don't actually know much about it, so I had to Google if it came into slightly horror territory. Apparently it does, but it's more kind of like the Limbo style kind of freakiness to it. Which, to be honest, I have Toby in the Secret Mine, that could have came into it, but that's not a horror game at all. But this is Naught. I think it's just like a black and white platformer kind of game. Don't really know much about it. I bought it, it was very cheap, like £2 or something once. So, I haven't got to it. Another one. This is a strange 2-disc edition. Well, not 2-disc. 2 games, 1 disc kind of thing. It is Neversong and Pinstripe. Neversong, I think, is again like a kind of spooky-ish platformer. Same with Pinstripe. Pinstripe came out on the the Switch as a standalone. I remember seeing it in CEX, thinking, I wonder if that has a PS4 release. So I googled it, and this one came up. It is a Japanese exclusive, and I haven't yet played it, so I don't know how playable it is for English speakers. I can read a small bit of Japanese, but probably not enough to make it through if it's text heavy. But I don't think it is. I think it is just a Tim Burton-esque looking platformery kind of game. So another one I have the platinum on is The Order 1886. I'm so disappointed this is never getting a sequel. This was fantastic. It's about 4 hours long. I can understand why people would have been pissed off if they paid like 50 quid for it and it was 4 hours long. But I still would have enjoyed it. I prefer a shorter game these days. Yeah, you are part of the Order where you basically you fight like vampires and werewolves and stuff. But it's more of a cinematic movie. It's more of like, yeah, more like a movie with the odd bit of shooting in between it. But love it. Literally, I recommend everyone to play this. Like, you can't hate it. It's good. This is one I showed off in the recent pickups that I didn't know anything about. I have since seen. It is a first-person horror. I don't know if it's walking simulator or not, but it didn't look like it had much combat. It did have some ghost girl stalking someone, but paper dolls. Oh, this one's horrendous. At least our UK art for this is way better than the American artwork for it. The American one's horrendous, but it's Pineview Drive. You basically walk around a big house, trying doors, but some doors are haunted or something. You try the door and it will hurt you. That is the game, and you have to look for keys, but there's like, it's just trial and error. It's got really, really bad frame rate. I don't know if it has a platinum. If it does, I might have to go for it. But it's terrible. I played a bit of it and it was freaking awful. One that everyone says you should play, but I haven't yet. I beat the version on the 360, which is a completely different game because there's a reboot of it. But it's Prey. 360 version was amazing. This was a reboot where it's a bit thingy, I think. So I think there's like these aliens that can take over objects and people and things. But everyone says it's amazing, so I should give it a go. I've just always held off because I enjoyed the Prey on the 360 and annoyed that it didn't get the sequel it deserved, and it got that instead. This is first-person boomer shooter, but with horror elements. It is Prodeus. I've heard this is also pretty good. It was very cheap once, so yeah, I've just bought it and never played it. I don't want to spin it around too much because it has a big sticker on the back from Argos with my address on it. This is one from the Limited Legacy set. I wouldn't call it an overly horror game. It would be if it was on an Atari 2600. That's what it looks like. It is Radioactive Dwarves, Evil from the Sewer or something it's called. Yeah, it just looks like a Atari game. But I just needed it. It is going for the Limited Legacy set. It does seem to come under horror when I googled it. Then we've got Remothered Tormented Fathers. There's also another one called Broken Porcelain, which I don't have. These are like Clock Tower spiritual successors. So you're like sneaking around past people, can't fight back kind of thing. Meant to be pretty good. Well, now they've been updated. When I think, is it Broken Porcelain or is it this one? One of them launched, you'd fall through the floor and see everything, and yeah, apparently it wasn't great. But yeah, they seem good. Again, Sedesco release. I do like the Sedesco releases. Need to get the other one. Then we have the Resident Evil 2 remake. I would like to get the steelbooks for these. I've got the steelbook for this on the Xbox, and I've played it on the Xbox. I haven't played it on PS4 yet. I don't like these as much as the originals. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of the over-the-shoulder view for them. It does make it freaky. And the fact that you, like in the original, what's his name, Mr. X, he's only in like the second scenario, isn't he? So for him to be always in this, he's so annoying. Just annoying. It is a good game though. Same as another game from a series I really like that they put the over the shoulder camera to, that kind of ruined it for me. But I want to do a video on that at some point. I bought this in a charity shop and it still has a sticker of £10 on it. Resident Evil 5. I beat this on the 360. I got 1000G on it on 360. Yes, this has the over-the-shoulder camera thing, but it came after 4. It wasn't going back to edit games that I liked, if that makes sense. I did enjoy this, mostly because I played it in co-op. If you don't play it in co-op, it's a frustrating mess. Like, your AI companion is pretty naff. But yeah, in co-op, this is pretty fun. You get to punch a boulder at the end. I have not played this remake. Apparently it's not too bad, but I imagine I'll think the same of it, same as Resident Evil 2. But apparently it's much shorter, so it's Resident Evil 3. Stop, stupid beer. Yeah, they've cut a lot of bits out of it. I think I saw they cut the clock tower bit out of it. But yeah, it's just a remake of Resident Evil 3, isn't it? Then, the best Resident Evil I've played in a very long time is Resident Evil 7. I played this in VR. I cacked myself. Not literally. Yeah, basically you're in the Baker Mansion. This felt more old school style, but first person. They basically saw PT and thought we need to do a first person Resident Evil. And it works really well. Yeah, this will shit you up. People just come bursting through walls and stuff at you. The atmosphere is amazing. Strangely, I think playing this in VR lessens its scares because you're more aware of your surroundings. So you hear things before they happen, if that makes sense. But still, terrifying. This one, genuinely just because of the artwork, but it is again, more kind of like Atari style game, from Limited Legacy again. It's Restless Night. You fight like zombies, but you'd never tell they were zombies. It's crappy. To be honest, I'm tempted to do that and Radioactive Dwarfs. I think they're easy platinums. This is in the same series as the Onchibara, Bikini Samurai Squad, all that kind of stuff games. This is Schoolgirl Zombie Hunters. This PEGI version used to be really expensive. It's actually, I think it's dropped quite a lot now. This is very bad. Basically, you just fight zombies in a school, and it's kind of, wow, you can tell what kind of game it is. It says lose the clothes, save your life. So it's one of those fan servicey kind of games. Very low budget. Kind of has a bit of an Earth Defense Force feel to it, but nowhere near as good as Earth Defense Force. Games, I've got a lot of these games in this series, but I've never played any of them. I think even my PS2 ones are sealed. It's the Shin Megami Tensei 3, the HD remake of Nocturne. This is like just a horror themed JRPG, isn't it? Like, well, I say horror themed with horror themes, not overly horror, but apparently it's pretty good. I bought it because I had a gift voucher to spend, and it's the only thing I could find to buy. But I should give it a go. This one I played a little bit of on the Xbox on Game Pass, then it left Game Pass, so I thought I needed to grab it. It is Signalis. This is like kind of old school. I'd say it's pretty Resident Evil-y, but sci-fi. Yeah, it's got a weird art style to it, kind of 3D, kind of pixel arted. Very good though. I do need to go and play. The thing is, I haven't started this because I'd have to start again. And I ain't buying the Xbox version because it's digital. Fuck that. Right. This one was one that took me ages to track down and get a copy of. Well, it didn't take me ages to track down, it just took me ages to buy a copy of it because it's pricey. It is Silver Chains. It's another first person in a house being stalked by something kind of game. Again, it's one of those ones where I think it's more set sections where you can die rather than all the time. Meant to be easy completion though. I should do that. These games, there's 3 of these. I've got 2 of them. Each one's a different style of game, slightly, so I couldn't tell you which was which until I play them. But this is a Scoutfold Shrouded Insanity. You always think they're going to be like Castlevania style games. I don't think they are. And we've got Scoutfold Usurper. I can't remember what the other one's called, but I see it all the time in CEX. So I should probably just grab it, but they're not expensive. This one's a good one. I have not beat it. It's bloody hard. It's Slain Back from Hell. It's a, like, I showed a Valfaris the other day. This is the game that came before it, I think. It's a hack and slash platformer with metal music. This was one that was hard to track down for ages. I don't know if it still is. It's Skyhill. It's like a game where you have to start at the top of like a tower block, and you have to fight your way out like through zombies to get to the end. Not played it. Another one, not played it. We've got Source of Madness, one of the super rare games in the slipcover. It's like, I think it's a roguelike hack and slashy kind of game, I think. I don't know. I bought it because it was cheap. Then we've got Tandem, A Tale of Shadows. So like that, what is it, Irisfall, another shadowy kind of based game. This is one where I think you've got 2... It's you and your bear, and you've got 2 different like planes of reality. So one's like that way round and one's that way round kind of thing. One's horizontal, one's vertical. X-axis, Y, Z. I know, axes. Yeah, so you can create shadows using one to let the other one walk on them and things. It looks alright. Another one I picked up recently was Those Who Remain. Again, another first-person walking simulator-y kind of game. Not the greatest deal of combat, it's just avoiding people with glowing eyes from what I remember about it. Would I consider this one horror? Maybe. You are fighting dinosaurs. It is a PSVR game. Basically, it's like a gallery shooter where you're shooting zombies and dinosaurs and zombie dinosaurs. If that hasn't sold it to you, nothing will. This is based off of like an anime with like some very horror-y themes. I don't really know what type of game it is. It was just very cheap. This is a Tokyo Ghoul Call to Exist. I'm starting to feel bad that I haven't played a lot of these. Then we've got Tormented Souls. Again, this is a old school style survival horror. I'm pretty sure it's got fixed camera angles and that. I've been told it's very good. I haven't played it. I do play a lot of these horror games. I've played a lot on the PS5. I've played a hell of a lot on the PS2. Pretty much all of them on the Xbox. I've just been picking these up faster than I can play them. This one is The Truth Is Out There, the Mystery Adventure Pack. Again, it's got Joe's Diner and Pineview Drive in it. But it also has The Nightfall, which at one point was a very expensive game. Like a £200 game. It has since dropped to about £50, I think. I think because of this. For ages, this was like 10 quid is when I bought it. I think this itself has shot up to about £30 now. But it is literally just a collection of horrendous games. Absolute classic on the PS4. Until Dawn. Love this. Got the platinum on this. I kind of want to play the remake, but I don't because apparently it's much worse. Everything about this was great. The way, because it was the first one of the like what they called supermassive games, isn't it? Yeah, supermassive games of this style with their interactive kind of like horror movie kind of games. Loved it. Just play it. Play this version. Don't play the new one if you want to get an amazing look into it. They also did The Quarry, which I really enjoyed, and all the Dark Pictures games. I've got all the Dark Pictures games, which I've finished, and The Quarry, all those type of things. I've done all of them on the Xbox, so hence why they're not here. Then in the same universe, you have Rush of Blood. It's Until Dawn Rush of Blood. This is a VR-only game. It's a roller coaster ride, like gallery shooter, which goes through all areas from Until Dawn. It's actually really good. They did one on the PSVR 2, which is pretty similar. I can't remember what it's called though. What is that called? I can't remember. Then we've got Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. To be honest, I don't know much about these. I know Vampire the Masquerade was it Vampire Masquerade was originally an RPG, wasn't it? With vampires on the PC. I don't know if this is the same kind of thing or what. Not got around to it. It was like £5 once. I think this one was a charity find at some point as well. This is Vampire. It's by Don't Nod. I like most of their games. I haven't found one that I don't like, so I don't know why I've not played this. If I'm right, you play as a vampire, but you kind of... I think you have to just like try to do it all in secret and feast and keep yourself alive whilst doing like... Are you a cop or something? I don't know. No idea. Don't listen to me about that one. I watched somebody go for the platinum on this, and I thought I was thinking about doing it, but it looks horrendous. It's The Walking Dead Destinies. It looks like the kind of game which would be good if it had time. Basically, it gives you scenarios from the TV show, and you can choose to do opposite things. But yeah, it looks really bad, really janky. There's no like chapter select, and it wants you to do specific things in each chapter, which this guy was restarting chapters like mad. I don't know, I'll go for it, but it looks... I don't think it looks as bad as everyone says. But then again, I play a lot of shit games. This one, I have beat this. I can't remember it had a platinum. I don't think it did. It may have. Would you call this horror? Maybe not. But does it have a spooky-ish vibe? Yes. Does it have incredibly dark themes? Yes. It is What Remains of Edith Finch. It is a walking simulator. You're walking around a house where I think it's your grandmother, somebody in your family's passed away. You're going through and looking through all the memories of stuff, and then you realise there's a curse on the family, and everybody pretty much dies. So you go through all the memories of how each one of them dies. Very, very good game. Very good. Sadly, this was a very limited release from IM8-bit. Oh, is it IM8-bit? So it's got surprisingly pricey now. This one I didn't finish, but I've played quite a bit of it. It is White Day. Was it a labyrinth named School or something? It's some of that has a title on it. Basically, you sneak into a school to... I think you're going to put something down for White Day. So it's like Valentine's Day, where you put some... Like, is it the guys do something, the girls do something? I don't know. It's a It's not Japanese. It's a Korean game. A remake of a Korean game. And yeah, it's a first-person game where you basically run away from a janitor and ghosts and things. It's actually not that bad. There is a White Day 2 now, which I've not played, and I don't think I have it. I think it's PS5 only, that one. But yeah, actually pretty good. Also very cheap. One that I haven't played, but I always thought it looked really interesting, but everyone says it's bad, hence why I've put it off. It is We Happy Few. Basically, it's got like a... It always had a bit of a Bioshock feel to it, but it isn't. You're in like a little town, and you have to keep taking this drug called Joy to keep everything nice and smiley and happy. But when you stop taking it, you realise that everything's just a bit wrong. But the thing that stops me wanting to play this is some of it's procedurally generated, so they're not the best, are they? It should have just been a normal, like, straightforward single-player game. But I'll give it a go at some point. I think the disc's fallen out and it's rolling around. It's pissing me off. It has. Get back in there. Right. Would you class this as horror? It does have the odd jump scare. Some horrific creatures. Mostly it's a alternative World War II kind of game. It is Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. I have played through this on the Xbox. I have not done the Mein Leben achievement, and I don't think I'll ever attempt it on the trophies, where you beat it on the hardest difficulty without dying. There is ways to get through it easier now, but no. Very good game though. One I showed off in my last pickups, which was Your Toy. Yeah, it's the Asian exclusive one, English one. Oh, I can't breathe. My nose is blocking up from just talking too much. Yeah, it's a little, like, first-person horror game with puzzles and a bear that chases you. I think I've missed a few. I'm going to do this last one and then go see if I have. This is Zombie. It's a re-release of a Wii U game. Apparently the Wii U one's better to play because there's more interaction with the tablet. But yeah, it's set in London, and it's got a weird mechanic that if you basically play through it, if you die, you respawn as a new character and you can go and find yourself as a zombie. It's a little bit spooky. It's not the kind of thing you imagine Ubisoft to be putting out, but it's cheap and it's pretty good. But give me a second, I know I've got a few more. Okay, I did have a couple others which I thought would fit the bill maybe, but I thought it's gone on long enough. I will show the only one that is definitely a horror game. This is the Asian English release of Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater. This is a re-release of the game that was on the Wii U. I don't know how I missed this on the shelf. Again, you go around with the camera obscura taking photos of ghosts, and the closer they get to you, the more damage you do to them, that kind of thing. Very good game. I have played the Wii U one. I don't own the Wii U one. I need to get it. Hence why I haven't played this one yet. There's also a version of Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, which you can play in English, which I have on the Wii, which I have played a translated version of. So I'd like to see the differences, but I haven't got that yet. But yeah, gonna have to jump back in. I realised while I was editing this video that there are some more horror games lying about, as you do. And I don't understand how I forgot about these ones, so we'll go with it. Up first is Lovecraft's Untold Stories. This is I think it's like a roguelike top-down Lovecraftian horror game. I don't know. It's still sealed. It was very cheap, like £5 for this big box version. So, I don't know. Then we have this one. It's another Boomer Shuri kind of game. I think you're taking down just big enemies. It's kind of like another game that they released on the PS5. Is Demon Pit. Yeah, I've not got around to it. I imagine it's dreadful. Everything that's been released by this company is pretty much dreadful. It's a limited rare game. Another limited rare one, we have Raidlom, which the disc in this is loose. Yeah, this was once digital, I think, and they removed it from the store and released it as just a physical copy. So I think this is the only way to get it. There's nothing even on the back. It's some weird black and white horror game where you're like stalked by a witch or something. It's meant to be absolutely awful, incredibly broken, and I have a big feeling it might be the physical version doesn't support the trophies, but the digital one did or something. Really bizarre. I don't know. It's from a weird company. Limited run again. Limited rare, sorry. This is one I have beat on the Xbox. Do I want to play it again? Not really. It is a first-person horror shooter. Again, inspired by The Thing. You're like in Antarctica. Again, starting generators and stuff. Where these... You think you're being chased by this one enemy, but you get loads of these things that look like some of that Stranger Things chasing you. It's really bad. Really easy. I don't think it has platinum though, but it is very easy for trophies. I haven't done it yet. I should do. This is one that was a mobile game, and they released it on the PS4 because that's what Limited Rare do. It is Death Park. It's some first-person game set in a theme park. That's all I know about it. Again, I think it's supposed to be quite easy. Don't know if it has a platinum, but it's just got cool artwork. And the final one, probably the hardest to come by horror game on the PS4 so far. I do know of another one, hopefully. Is Tamashii. It is a 2D, like pixel art puzzle platformer with very, very dark themes. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been playing through it. It's very cheap digitally, so that's how I'm playing it, because I'm going to leave this one sealed. Because, yeah, this is the game I starved myself to buy. So yeah, right. Now I'll jump back and whatever I did to end the video, hopefully this will make sense. Right, that is what I would consider my horror PS4 set. I'm doing pretty well at it. Again, I said a lot of the easy to find ones, I just haven't grabbed them. I'm tempted to also do a not PS4, just a horror hidden gems video at some point this month, because I was asked to do it. So I might do 5 or 10 of them that I think you should play. I have played a lot, don't worry. Me saying I haven't played a lot of these doesn't mean I don't play a lot of them. Like, some fun ones. But yeah, well, that's not actually that great, but it's interesting. So yeah, I said anything that you think that I might not know about, because I do know a lot about a lot of other ones that I don't have. But yeah, anything obscure you think I might be missing, or like regional releases, I would love to be told about them. So please let me know. I would love to go all the way through and get a complete set and be able to show everybody what you can get. That's all I want to do, and then I could slowly but surely work my way through them. But I've waffled on way too much for this video, and I feel like I'm dragging out a bit now. So yes, if I have put video footage into this, it might not come out in October. But there you go. Never mind. I might not. It's just to show what this was my update so far, 2025. What I've obtained for the PS4 horror subset, in my eyes. So yes, gonna bugger off. Have fun, people.